Like Clunas Rack.
So I'll rep the AE dub.
Get you one of Anna J. You be the
Prefer
queen.
Ty Conte, but
I don't think she has a shirt.
I don't know.
I know Anna does.
Yo, we're live right now.
We're live.
Say hello to all the peeps out there in the world watching right now.
What's up, Christian fans?
Hello.
Approximately 2 people max, probably.
You know what Christian Cage's favorite holiday is?
What?
Easter. It's when all the peeps are there.
Nice.
Classic. Love it. Love it lots.
Saw some cotton candy flavored peeps. I'm thinking, so cotton candy's flavored like sugar. These peeps are flavored like... They're peeps!
It's pretty strange. I don't like marshmallows normally, but peeps, I don't care. I don't mean...
It's all
Peeps
sugar.
are alright. I mean...
You like peeps?
I like peeps.
Like the Stay Puft marshmallow, man. Try to think of something innocent from your childhood. You really are the Ray of this Ghostbusters group, aren't you? Egon over there and makes me big Bill Murray.
Got the clickbait title.
That's not clickbait. That's what we're going to be talking about, so it's not technically clickbait, guys.
Tickbait?
I'm not going to repeat what I said.
There he goes.
Shipmate.
Checkmate.
What are we playing, chess?
Bingo. King me, I win.
I-47.
Dang.
That's not true. I-48.
Yahtzee.
Uno.
Dos.
Trace.
4.
Y'all are racist.
No, that's alright. He's Asian.
Is he? I thought he was Mexican.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
I haven't even started yet and it's already derailed.
No habla
So
your
bad.
stupidity.
Si, senor.
I mean, we are talking about Andrade, but come on, show the man a little bit more respect.
Ole.
El Idolo.
I'm sorry, that was the Matadors. El Torito. Little bull.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Or you can go back and go El Matador, Tito Santana.
What if those two? What if those two got together with Mantar? He just had a whole bull stable.
Jeez. Then we got Johnny the Bull Stamboli. Throw him in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's in the WWE, it's gonna be Bull anyway.
Yeah, Bull Dempsey.
He's what's he going?
Bullfit.
He's
You remember the Bullfit?
I saw Bull Dempsey on something the other day, and he's going by a different last name, still pulling the Bull first name. Was it Major League Wrestling? Maybe I don't remember which show it was on, but he's getting ready to make a minor comeback.
Oh.
Which I liked him. He was kind of the whole throwback to the old style wrestling.
Yeah. They gave him that whole fitness gimmick on NXT. Where he did the Simon Dean thing.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, Bullfit. Yeah.
That was stupid. You got somebody like that who could be a monster heel or even a monster face.
Yeah.
He's, a big man.
He's over there doing jumping jacks in the ring.
Yeah, he's a big man, but he was not unfit.
Right, yeah.
He deserved
It's like
better, more
when I
respect.
think of big men like that, I think of Brodus Clay, the Funkasaurus.
They ruined
They
him.
had that big tease for him, then he comes out as a Funkasaurus, starts dancing around with little kids in the ring.
Clay, he might be hard to work with behind the scenes from what I hear, but
He followed me on Twitter for the longest time.
What happened to that?
I don't know, I just checked one day and he didn't follow me anymore.
well, stop saying anything interesting.
Yeah, probably.
He didn't like you anymore.
Oh well. It's alright, Natalia still
Why
follows
don't you
me.
call his mama?
Call his mama.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I bet she's a cougar.
Well, she showed up at WrestleMania one year, all his mamas. Segment of him dancing with all them women.
Was one of them Platinum Max Caster?
Might have been. I don't know.
Did you ever go back and look at that? to see that he was one of the sisters for Lashley?
No, I haven't. Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta look that back then. I remember that segment as. I don't want to remember that.
Yeah, but when you see his face, he just. It's like, I don't want to be here.
Funny, I watched a bunch of stuff that
This
has
is a paycheck.
like the AEW guys in there. I would have known back then, but now I guess one of Ricky Starks getting beat up by Ryback. And I've seen that. I was like, hey, that's Ricky Starks.
And the Bucks as Generation Me
Yeah.
in TNA for so long.
Yes.
I got an idea. Let's put him against Motor City Machine Guns and not let him wrestle anyone else.
Y'all ready to put on a good show?
Yeah,
Dun,
let's
dun,
do
dun,
it.
dun, 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 dun. What?
Today's episode is brought to you guys by Milk. Drink up, kids.
Peter's
We are-
drinking milk.
We are not supported by Milk in any way. We're not affiliated with the Milk Farmers of America. If you got a mustache, grow it yourself. I don't think Peter can grow a mustache.
Hey, I'm trying.
Peter's got his mustache like he grew in 7th grade, like your first mustache.
Yeah. At least it's something, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Peter's got the light fluff of
We
Miss Elizabeth's
can't do what
mustache.
Doug does. Alright.
I was not gifted with the ability to grow a good mustache. I think that's well known by now.
I don't know. My father can grow a good beard, but I can't, so something happened along the way.
I don't know how that's my fault.
Did I say it was?
Okay, nonetheless, guys, let's get back on track to the main business of the night.
Well, no pleasantries. You're not going to buy me a drink first?
No, you got drinks in the fridge, bro. Go get one.
No.
You nerd.
Look, let's get this out of the way right up front. I don't mind being called a nerd. I don't take any offense in being called a nerd. If you're trying to put me down by calling me a nerd, you're doing it wrong.
You must really not like Luke Gallows then. Because he'll call you a nerd straight up to your face.
That's perfectly fine. There's no fault in being who you are.
Well, that's good. I'm glad
Be a
you're
star.
embracing it.
Don't be a bully like Pete.
I'm glad you're embracing the fact that you're a nerd.
I've been a nerd. I've got D&D characters older than you, okay?
I'm sure of it. Wouldn't be surprised.
2, 3. Hey, there's 2 people. Hello.
What's up, two people?
It's 2 more than I thought.
See, I'm telling you, bro. People are watching, dude.
If you want to see me continue to rant against Peter for him being such a
No.
horrible bully, put it down in the comments.
No, I did not do that.
Peter's a bully.
I'm not JBL. I find that very offensive.
Hashtag JPL.
John Peter Layfield.
Just Peter lollygagging.
Yeah.
That's so bad, but it makes so much sense. Okay, this is the last time I want to start this, okay?
So Peter says this is the last time he's going to start this. He's already starting something.
Yeah, okay. Great. Wonderful. Take a last sip of milk that is sponsored in this video.
We are not sponsored by milk.
How do you get a sponsorship with milk?
There are corporations that make milk. They offer some.
Make
Yeah,
that
and we're
too.
sponsored by milk this
You don't
episode.
you don't think Kurt Angle is sponsored by milk?
He's gotta be. I mean, he's Kurt Angle. He drove the milk truck out of the ring.
Or was that just an angle? A Kurt Angle.
He was using his 3 eyes.
It's a rock fact. No prizes will be given for recognizing that quote. So what's up, guys? Wrestling.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
We're ready whenever you are.
Yeah,
I've
we've been
been
waiting
ready,
on you.
pal.
Yeah, we've been waiting on you.
I've been ready, pal.
Alright.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the primetime hour of wrestling. This is Pro Wrestling Roundup, your weekly source of wrestling news from the past, the present, and the future. from the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is a show where we talk about your favorite types of wrestling as well, ranging from different brands, not just WWE. We talk about AEW, New Japan, and much, much more. As always, I'm Peter.
I'm Cody.
Doug.
And we have a lot to discuss today, don't we, guys?
Before we get in, I have some sad news to report. Doug beat me on his Revolution predictions. So,
I did.
So as much as I hate to do this,
Well, thank you, sir.
don't get used to it though. You're going to be a paper champion.
I am not.
You're a transitional champion.
I'm a traditional champion.
You're a transitional champion. You're going to lose that at Mania.
Now, let's get one thing straight.
You're going to lose that at Mania.
Let's get one thing straight. I won because Hangman Page isn't a loser. We both
Thanks a lot, Big Money Matt.
on everything else we picked, everything else we thought might happen at Revolution for AEW, everything else we both got wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, we both said, this is going to happen, and then that didn't happen. And we both had disagreements on things, and then neither one of us were right.
Yeah, but
The one thing we disagreed on was Big Money Matt.
it was Matt Hardy that cost me my championship. So thanks a lot, Matt Hardy.
By your championship, you mean my championship.
Yeah, don't worry. You're a transitional champion. You're going to lose that at Mania.
I can't believe he just handed off the belt to him like that. That takes a lot of guts, man.
Don't worry. He ain't keeping it for long.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if whenever we make that fast count.
Yeah.
We're even going to go to Mania?
I don't know.
I got the text alert. The tickets went on sale
Yeah, the
today.
tickets are on sale right now officially, so we could technically go to Mania this year.
I mean, we could, but...
Who out there wants to donate some money to us so we can go and fly out to WrestleMania this year?
We're going to set up a Patreon.
$20 or higher.
Send Cody to WrestleMania and us too.
Yes, please come support us.
All right.
We're going to take the AEW title.
We're going to get kicked out so fast.
Speaking of AEW, let's talk about that fantastic women's match.
Oh my
That
God!
was probably the best women's match I've seen in a long time.
That's one of the best wrestling matches I've
That
seen
is
in a
true.
long time.
And I've said it for a while. Britt Baker deserves to be the face of the women's division after Sheeta gets done with her reign.
You already know how I feel about the...
Yeah, I know.
Britt has the total heel heat with me. She does her job so well. I can't stand her. The interplay between her and Rebel, who she refuses to call Rebel.
Yeah.
Although many of us have known her for years as Rebel. Why try to just change her name?
Because it's funny.
It's not funny.
I think it's funny, okay?
But
because you're a sour sport.
The blood and guts in that so-called lights out match. I don't know why they call it lights out because I could see everything.
Yeah.
But you know how I feel about Rosa, and she is.
They tore the house down. I mean, they really did. They beat
Rosa's
the crap out of each other.
Rosa's coming into her own as the major player.
Right. They beat the pudding out of each other with giving that a DVD onto that ladder. The thumbtacks.
They took Red Velvet's wooden spoon and shoved it places you don't want to go.
Reba going through the table at ringside.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I've not seen that much blood in a
the driver off the rope to the table.
Yeah, and I've not seen that much blood and guts.
You don't really see
since Matt Hardy screwed up and bashed his head open.
You don't really see women's matches either have that much blood anymore. I mean,
although I have to say the big bag of thumbtacks would have been 3% more fun if it had been a big bag of teeth.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh, man.
Sounds painful.
Well, she's a dentist, if you didn't know.
Cause she's a dentist.
Yeah, she makes sure to tell you every week. But yeah, what got me, they pull out the bag and they're like, oh, what is this? What else could it be? What else are they having a small bag like that?
I did once see a Young Bucks versus Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, and they switched out the Young Bucks bag of tacks with a bag of gummy bears. And then proceeded to suplex each other into the gummy bears.
Selling the gummy bears.
They were selling the gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. Young Bucks like to bounce beyond compare.
Hey, but they're the best tag team in the world. You know?
Debatably, yeah.
Hey, it was all around a good show, though. What do you think about MJF? His team, the Pinnacle.
The Pinnacle. Well, I just wanted to say one more thing about Young Bucks. They like name moves after old men.
Yeah.
Right here. I'm waiting for the Douglas driver, okay?
Name a move after Doug.
If you like naming moves after old men.
But then again, they need to go after Meltzer. Meltzer's actually done something.
Yeah, I'll put you over.
Like, you're just Doug. Okay.
I could be Doug Meltzer. I could be his, secret illegitimate son that you never heard of.
You could, but,
Don't really mention my last name very much, do I?
It's alright. I see it on your Facebook account.
The Pinnacle, I have likes and dislikes for it. A good machine is built with special pieces that make it what it is. You don't need 2 transmissions in a car, so to speak. Right. The pieces of the Pinnacle don't fit. You don't need 2 mouthpieces. You don't need Tully Blanchard and MJF.
Well, you got Tully, which is one of the greatest minds in professional wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's very few people who are better at wrestling knowledge than Tully.
I can think of one right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I can think of, and that's Larry Zbyszko.
That's a good point, yes. But then you got him, Tully, one of the greatest minds in wrestling. You got FTR, one of the best tag teams right now. You got Wardlow, who is just like a monster. I can't wait to see him break out on his own. MJF, which is like probably the biggest heel in the business today. Everybody loves to hate him. And then you got Shawn Spears, who has kind of floundered a bit. Had a lackluster WWE run.
Yeah.
Come to AEW. I mean, he's did decent, but I'm not going to say I'm glad that gives him something, because he's got that veteran instincts.
Yeah, no, I like Shawn Spears. He's okay. I don't know why he dyed his mohawk blonde. It looks goofy.
Tell him that to his face.
I would.
Shawn Spears.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it to, Scott Steiner.
I wouldn't say nothing to Scott Steiner.
Yes, Mr. Steiner, the freaks are over there.
He might put me in
points at Pete.
He's the one that said it, Mr.
Yeah,
Steiner.
come out, me Steiner.
Put him in the Steiner recliner.
Come out, me Steiner. I'll kick your butt in a video game.
He's calling out Scott Steiner. I swear, if Scott Steiner's at our door tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm surprised he's not there now.
He's on his way.
Coming in like the freaking Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah!
He's kick the door down. Holler if you hear me.
He busted the door like he's Big Jim Slade.
Oh, man.
Big Jim Slade.
I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to lock my doors tonight. I don't want nobody coming out.
You think that's going to stop him? You think that's going to stop him locking your doors? You think that's going to stop him?
Well, I'm going to hire some security guards. Like those little weak security guards he got there at every tape.
Oh, the ones that he beats up every time he's around anyway?
Yeah, I'm going to hire 15, 20, 30 people. Maybe they'll stop him. Hopefully.
Give you enough time to run away at least.
Yeah, I'm going to act like that. That's my distraction plan.
He's done the math. The numbers aren't in your favor.
Son, he will beat you to death with another guy.
He'll grab Doug and start whipping you with Doug.
Oh, jeez.
So we were supposed to be talking about wrestling.
Now you guys are talking about Steiner whooping my butt.
Technically wrestling.
Hey, if you're new here, we have a habit of getting off track like this.
If you're new here, so are we.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even do anything wrong. You guys are going Steiner crazy on me.
It's pick on Peter Day. Y'all picked on
you
me
guys
before.
are mean.
It's your turn to get picked on.
You guys are mean.
I know, I'm sorry.
So tell me, what else has been going on in AEW recently, since you guys kind of hopped on the bandwagon talking about AEW?
Oh, you got old Kenny Omega. Yeah, my man right there.
Still
him and Don Callis.
Still the world champ.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be the world champ for a while, too. That was a good, solid beatdown the Good Brothers gave Moxley and Kingston, too.
Yeah, then they're not really building anybody. to be a big takedown for Kenny right now.
Right. I feel like they're going to throw Christian in there. Christian's going to get that match. That's what he's done. You know, Kenny came up, interrupted Christian's time. Christian's going to have the match either at, what's the next one, Double or Nothing?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he going to have it there or something? He's not going to win.
No.
I think the person's going to take the title off. And I've heard it's a good chance it's going to be Hangman.
See, I would...
No,
I would back. I would mark out for that.
That will go back to the whole Kenny and Hangman being together as tag team, Kenny turning on him and going full circle, Hangman getting his revenge and getting the world championship.
Yeah.
And I think everybody would love to see a Hangman world title run because I don't know anybody who doesn't like Hangman.
Hangman with the Dark Order behind him.
Yeah.
Kenny with the Good Brothers and his little menagerie. His
and Don Callis.
Nakazawa.
Yeah.
From the desk of Kenny Omega, here's Michael Nakazawa.
Right, and you know, speaking of Nakazawa, he had Matt Sydal beat him on Dark, so...
Yeah, because he's not doing the baby oil gimmick anymore.
Yeah.
I wonder how many Turkish babies you have to squeeze to get a bottle of Turkish baby oil.
We're going to ignore that and move on. But, you know, Matt Sydal gets the chance. If he beats Kenny, he gets a shot for the title. How does that make sense? You beat the champion, you get a shot.
They've been doing that since the old NWA
I understand
days.
that. I understand they've done that for
be
years
the
and
man.
years and years. But I understand that's not a new thing, but that's never made sense. If you want a shot at the champion, you got to beat the champion, then you get a shot at the championship. Never understood that. Never made any sense to me.
It allows for a rubber match. It works out.
That's true. He's not going to win.
I think it would be great if some by hook or crook, you know, he managed.
No, Hook's not going to do it. Hook's with Team Taz.
Yeah, but by hook or by crook, if he managed to win that first match, you know, maybe the Good Brothers try to intervene and screw things up and cost Kenny the match. So now he has to defend the title. Oh, and now he's pissed. He's so pissed at the Good Brothers. If that was the case, imagine the shock in the fake Bullet Club.
That's a good point. It could happen. I just don't see them derailing Kenny's momentum like that. Oh, losing to Sydal, who hasn't really done much on TV. He's been mostly featured on Dark.
Yeah.
And when he's on Dynamite, he's usually coming out on the losing end.
Well, and that's the point of him getting the push on Elevation. Right. You know, he wrestled 2 matches that night.
But you know, I didn't get to watch Elevation. I was at work, so I saw the recap online.
It was decent. It was really decent. Paul White did a fantastic job for somebody who's not a commentator, who wants to be, who wants to learn the craft. He's learning it sitting next to Tony Schiavone.
How long? Let me ask you this: how long before he steps in an AEW ring?
Well, I think we'll see it before a year is out.
Because I think he's not done wrestling.
No,
he wants to go out at least once more. I think wants to go out on his terms. He didn't really get to do that with the WWE.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that aren't getting to go out on their own terms with WWE.
No.
Like Andrade.
Yeah, we'll be talking about him in a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about AEW, and I'm thinking that, you know, we might eventually see him there. We definitely know we're going to see the former Zelina Vega, Miss Trinidad.
Tony Khan's had his eye on her. That'd be a great way, you know, bring her in, and if you want to, you could put Andrade back up with her, because they work so well together.
Yeah.
And, you know, Andrade... That's a big part of his not making it is his limited English.
Yeah, which he's been working on for a couple years now, and he's just... I mean, I think he's one of the biggest young up-and-coming heels.
I can't speak. I've heard from when English isn't your first language, it is extremely hard to learn.
Yeah, because it's nonsensical.
Yeah, English makes no sense. We grew up learning English.
Well,
I don't know about you.
Continue on.
I know you speak like 4 languages.
Okay, so. Continue on. I'm not Cesaro, okay, but I appreciate your concerns. Like, continuing on.
So I think it's a matter of time before somebody swoops him up. It'd be a crime not to somebody as good as him not to get him.
Speaking of crime, there is word going around that Shad Gaspard is being nominated for the Warrior Award at WrestleMania this year.
I would not mind that.
Yeah. But you also have to take into account that this year we lost Brody Lee.
That is true. I don't think they'll give him an award, though. I mean, with him being AEW under contract at the time, I mean, they didn't even do a 10-belt salute for him. They did that video.
But why does only one person get to win the award? I mean, why not let them both win the award?
I mean, no, nothing against Brody, but, I mean, like, why him win the award?
No, he did a lot of work behind the scenes for other wrestlers. Teaching, training. There's a lot of people with goodwill for Brody.
I don't see that happening, though. I don't see.
No, because WWE is selfish.
Brody won't win.
But
it's a good thought.
But I do have good memories and good thoughts for my bro Shad Gaspard. I think he does deserve to win that Warrior Award.
My opinion, Crime Time was the greatest team to not be tag team champions.
They were so underrated.
Yes.
It's a crime that they were not tag team champions.
It's time for them to be... Oh, wait. No, it's not.
It's time for them to be in Hall of Fame, if anything.
Maybe
if he doesn't get that
Dude, speaking of the Hall of Fame...
just put them both in Hall of Fame.
Hang on. Speaking of Hall of Fame, we gotta discuss the new Hall of Fame inductee in a few minutes.
3 people that have been nominated.
Yes.
Molly Holly.
Mm-hmm.
And she deserves it. One of the innovators of women's wrestling in the WWE.
Yes.
She brought a realism to the goofiness with Mighty Molly and some of the other stuff that she did. She's a fantastic... I say was. I don't want to talk about her like she's dead. She's a fantastic wrestler. Deserves it. Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more to that in just a few seconds.
Going into the WWE Hall of Fame, and I saw something today, and I don't know if this is real or if this is something somebody mocked up, but they talked. What I saw was they were going to put Bad Bunny in the WWE Hall of Fame. You know, the guy who's been here.
Kayfabe news.
The guy who's been here for 2 months, and only one of us had ever heard of before.
We're gonna get back into Eric Bischoff. You wanna?
Yeah, sure. That's all the time we have for you guys right now. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back soon with a lot more exciting content on the way. We're gonna be talking about Bad Bunny. Probably more about Andrade, WrestleMania, and just a lot more of that good stuff. Don't want to go anywhere.
Go where you like. Just watch us first.
Okay, YouTube. Send us some comments.
Oh, you got Trick Bell Kayfabe news. I saw that too.
No, notice that I did say I don't think this or I don't know that this was real, but I did see it.
I saw that and I was like, no, this ain't. That's all Kayfabe news. Okay, good.
You said we had comments?
Because that sounded like
no, we did not have any comments. So
all you people not commenting, I need you to leave a comment in the comment section about why you didn't comment.
Yes, give us some feedback. We are doing our best for you guys.
Do not give us any Nickelback.
Jeez, can't work with you guys. You enjoying that championship? Don't get too comfortable with it.
Fits me like a glove down there.
Don't get too comfortable with my championship.
Oh, I'm going to get my special polishing compound out later.
It's a plastic toy belt from Walmart.
My compound's not so special.
We are back on Pro Wrestling Roundup, guys. Hope everyone is doing swell out there tonight. How are you guys doing, by the way? I've got to ask y'all that. You're doing swell. Okay, I see you're still rocking that new championship that you just won.
That's right, that's right.
How's it feel to be champion, Mr. Doug?
Like I said, by the skin of my teeth and the fact that Hangman Page doesn't suck. But speaking of Swole, do you see Big Swole is back? She is recovered from her Crohn's disease, and she is...
I'll say, I'm glad she recovered. I'm not a fan of Swole at all. Not at all. Not in the least bit. But I do not want anything bad to happen to her. Yeah. I don't want anything bad to happen to any of her. No matter how much I dislike the wrestler. I don't want nothing bad to happen to her, but it doesn't mean I have to like her.
I think she's pretty okay.
Yeah. We'll go. We'll move on from that.
Okay.
We were before we left. We were talking about old EB Eric Bischoff.
I thought we were talking about Bad Bunny, my boy Bad Bunny.
Yes, sir. We gotta get
Who?
into Bad Bunny too.
Yeah. You gotta like inform these people about what's been happening with good old Bad Bunny.
He's no
You
longer
think-
the 24/7 champion.
Do you think he craps pellets?
What goes on in that head? Is that headband on too tight?
No.
I would certainly hope not, Doug.
We could totally send him like a box of carrots.
So
That sounds very
him and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison. Yes.
Yes,
It's pretty much at this point.
Let it happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Otherwise, on matches, I really don't care anything about. What else is going on at WrestleMania?
What is going on at Mania, Peter?
Besides Mr. Bad Bunny?
Yes, besides
Now,
Mr.
let me point something out. They just had the go-home shows for WWE Fastlane. And no one is talking about it. No one's saying,
That's
oh...
how important Fastlane is.
Yeah.
It's Fastlane.
We can't wait for
the
the
only
matches
thing
on
is the only thing is the
Fastlane.
Edge and Daniel Bryan thing. Other than that, nothing else matters.
Yeah, everybody's so excited for Fastlane, and they're just skipping ahead to WrestleMania, which... And of course, you've got NXT that same weekend, Stand and Deliver.
Right, they're gonna have a. Did you see? They're gonna have a lot of wrestling that week.
They're going to have a lot. Well, they always do. It's WrestleMania weekend.
True, yeah.
However, what is NXT going to do when they've had so many people out with COVID just this last week? Yet, here it is next week. They've got this big 2-night show to put on. Are they going to have the personnel to do it? Are we going to see some new people that we haven't seen before that have been working NXT dark shows?
I don't know. Let me ask you this: you keep up with NXT regularly, don't you?
No.
No? Okay, then never mind.
I mean, I would.
We're not gonna get into this.
I would, and I really like the NXT wrestlers. I just never seem to get the time to do it.
Right.
There's always
I
something
just
else.
questioning their decision of this past few week. They finished having their Dusty Cups, the men and the women's.
Mm-hmm.
They had I don't care who won the men's, but for the women's it was Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. They got the match against Jackson Baszler. That didn't work out, so Regal awarded them the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship.
Right. Which doesn't make any real sense.
Well, apparently they were supposed to have the titles, but the titles weren't ready in time, so I had to fumble around with some story. But the problem is, though, later in that show, about an hour later, they lost those titles to Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. What is it like? Why? Why an hour later in the same show? Why even crown Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez?
Do you not see the way they switched the belts in the WWE?
That's a good point.
They're not worth the leather that they're hung on.
That's a fairly good point. I mean, you could have at least had Shotzi and Ember take it at the takeover.
Yeah. There's a certain credibility that, having a champion brings to a belt. And when you have 2 different champions in the same night, 3 if you count like the first person that lost it to the second person to the third person.
Yeah. Well, technically, you got 4. It's tag team.
Yeah, you got what I'm saying.
Yes.
However, NXT has done something rather wise, and I think will be a big get for them in bringing in Walter.
Oh yeah, buddy. Let's see. I personally watch AEW live every week. That doesn't mean I don't go back and keep up with NXT. I really like Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah.
Okay. She's one of the reasons I keep up with it. Hi, Shotzi. But yeah. Nothing makes sense. It's the WWE. It's wrestling. Nothing in wrestling. Wrestling doesn't make sense.
Mm.
But hey, I know y'all talked about Mania, but since y'all did, a couple more matches have been announced.
Yeah, we have basically the whole card right here. That's on the
matches.
the show.
Well, it's 40 days away or something, and we got 4 matches on the card.
It's not 40 days away. It's next weekend.
Is it 40 days away?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Yeah,
40 days.
It's not 40 days away. It's the. Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys. WrestleMania this year is going to be held in March, or it's going to be held in.
Today, at this time of recording, it's March 19th. WrestleMania is the 10th and the 11th of April. So you can do the math.
You've got under a month.
Yeah, and under a month, and you got 4 matches. This is like the worst WrestleMania build I've ever seen. I could not care less about Mania.
And you know why? Is because Vince has been losing his shit about people leaking stuff behind the scenes. So they can't leak things if I don't tell them who's going to be in the matches.
Right. But, I mean, I figure we could at least go over what they have here. I know you already went over the 2 matches here, but I wasn't here, so I mean, I can give you my picks. Go over the 2 new ones.
Let's start at the top of the list and see what we got. Let's see what we think.
Okay. First up, this match is the only match I really care for. Sure, Roman and Edge. I mean, that's gonna main event night 2, I think. That's got to be your night 2 main event. Yeah. No doubt.
Okay.
And the kind of way that they've been booking Edge is bordering back on his goofy heel persona.
Yeah.
So, they're not gonna want to have a heel versus heel match at WrestleMania.
Right.
My thoughts on that go down to one simple wrestler, and that's Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
If they make that match a 3-way to headline night 2 of WrestleMania,
I feel like they should.
The ultimate
just because
opportunist, the ultimate underdog.
Yeah, Edge hasn't wrestled live in front of a crowd since last year's Royal Rumble. He did that Royal Rumble, then the shutdown happened. He did the greatest wrestling match ever with Randy Orton. Had the falls count your last man standing? One of those 2. He got injured, came back, won the Royal Rumble, and this will be his first time in an audience since the last year's Royal Rumble.
They promised Edge a final run with the title before he finally does really retire.
Yeah.
Is this that time? Are they willing to take the big dog down off of his best series?
I feel like if Daniel Bryan gets thrown in there's a good chance Edge is coming out as champ. I don't see Edge beating Roman Reigns 1-on-1.
You don't see him pinning Roman Reigns.
Well, they're not gonna have it in. They're not gonna have it not end. They're gonna have a finish to that.
I hope they have a finish to that. Otherwise, fans will riot.
Their marquee main event match.
You just think we're gonna see Jimmy Uso back in the fold?
Might be. Is he still injured? I know he showed up a bit, doing nothing, but when he comes back, it's Jey Uso's main event run pretty much over. Jey Uso's actually proved himself in the main event a bit. I was like, boy, it's a tag team guy, but he's done decent.
Well, that's what happens when you make himself to be his own star and not have him being held back as a tag team.
Right. And
this is Mr. McMahon over here. How much he loves tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
What's our next match?
Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm going to say right now, I do not see nothing special in Bianca Belair. I do not at all. Rhea Ripley should have won that Royal Rumble. Okay? I picked Rhea Ripley to win.
Oh, I know you did. I know you love Rhea.
I like Rhea so much. She could be the new star of the women's division. Okay?
Rhea's good.
Rhea's good. They brought her up, had her WrestleMania last year.
She's not the best.
She's not, but she's still young.
She's not the EST.
She's still young. She's got time to improve. I do not see... Well, Bianca's got her little hair flippy thing. And how's that not a disqualification, first of all?
It's not a foreign object. She's American. She could whip me with that hair braid.
I don't think your boy over here would like that.
No.
But I just don't see nothing special in her.
If you guys hear whipping sounds in the background, stay in your rooms. That's all I'm saying.
Good. Okay. But yeah, I like Sasha. She's 0-6 at WrestleMania though.
Yeah. Oh no, Sasha needs the win.
Sasha needs to win at Mania. She's like the reverse Undertaker. This point, she's gonna retire and be 0-30 at WrestleMania.
1-30.
I know. You're repping the Street Profits right now.
Yeah,
you got the red cut. Yeah, but
I like the Street Profits.
So you like the Street Profits? What's your opinion on Bianca Belair?
The
wife of Montez Ford.
See, you can hate me if you want to, and guess what, bro? I don't care. I like Bianca Belair. I do think she has something special in her that a lot of people don't have. I
totally agree.
I think she can work the mic incredibly well.
So basically, I'm the minority here. I don't see anything worth.
You're not the minority in this group.
We're gonna ignore that.
That's me. I'm old.
Oh, I thought it was Nina. Never mind. But
y'all so racist.
It's okay. But
it's a PG show.
But what do you think about Sasha? I don't know if I ever got your opinions on Sasha before.
I'm sure you have heard my opinions on Sasha before. I think she is she the best person in the ring, not by a long shot. I think she is someone who can be very injury prone. And I think that's proven to be true in the past. I don't know, however many runs.
How many times
she's
has she
had.
almost broken her own neck on a plunge or something?
Exactly,
like
yeah.
Tope suicida.
They call it that for a reason.
Yeah. I know.
I mean,
The
it's
fact
like
is, she still goes in the ring. She's still got what it takes. And you know her mic work. She's good as a face. She's good as a heel. She's not the best wrestler. She's not my favorite wrestler. But she's damn good.
She is, and I like looking at her too.
I'm sure
Her
you
too
do.
what?
She's good to look at. She's moving on from that.
See, it's hard to say that she does a bad job of what she does because that's obviously not true. Now, sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I don't like her promo work sometimes, but I think
boss time.
But I think that's what makes her, what gives her that heel factor. She's doing her job. She's making the fans not like her, and I think that's one thing she does have going for her.
It's true. Now, if we can move on, we got the WWE Championship on the line. Bobby Lashley. We know your opinions on Lashley. You've told me in person. Defending against Drew McIntyre. Before you get into this, I like Drew, okay? I really do. But I feel like he needs to step a bit back from the title scene a bit because he won it. He lost it to Randy Orton. He won it back. He lost to The Miz at Elimination Chamber, and he's back in the title picture. And he's most likely going to win it again 3 times. I mean, Bobby...
Yeah, they're handing it off too often.
Bobby Lashley has been waiting, 15 years for this? I've been wanting to see Lashley ever since he came back a few years ago. I was like, oh, Bobby Lashley needs that world title run. They stuck him with Lana. They all that Leo Rush.
Much like I wanted The Miz to have a longer title run,
Right.
I want Lashley to have a longer title run.
I do, and that's nothing against Drew.
If you pulled the trigger on him, let him run with it.
Right.
You gave him the ball, let him go.
It's nothing against Drew. Drew's been one of the MVPs of the coronavirus.
Lockdown era.
Yeah, the lockdown era. He's held it down week in and week out. But I feel like
Do you think TNA is going to have a problem with us calling it the lockdown era?
I don't know.
Sue us.
Hey, it's all right. They're called Impact now, so we ain't got to worry about it. But yeah, I feel like he needs to step back because they're doing they're trying to throw a story with him and Sheamus in. I think they're fighting at Fastlane. So you know Drew's going to come out on that match because he's got Bobby to deal with. So he's going to make Sheamus look like a chump. Then Sheamus is kind of... I would have had their thing go to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Drew and Sheamus and find another opponent for Lashley. Or if you want to, you could have put Lashley, Drew, Sheamus, and Miz. You could have thrown them all in there in a fatal 4-way.
Yeah. And I like Drew as champion, but, give Lashley time to shine.
Right.
Don't bounce that belt back and forth like it's...
He's been waiting 15
plastic.
He's been waiting 15 years for this. He's just going to be much like you, a transitional champion.
the third African American ever to hold those honors.
I mean, surely you can't think that they're going to let Lashley lose the title so soon. I mean, he's been doing some great, and I mean great work.
Well,
within
think
BP.
about this. Drew was robbed of his WrestleMania reaction last year. Because, Drew beating Brock, he would have got a huge reaction winning the championship. Is this like a way to right the wrong from him not getting that reaction and for him to get it in front of the crowd by beating Lashley?
And that will make him like a 3-time champion?
A 3-time champion within a year, yes. He's going to be a numbers champion.
No, man. That's not what I want to see Drew as, man. I love Drew just as the next person, man. Drew was the next thing popping, but I think he's already had his time to shine in this past year. I'd like to see Bobby hold that title for a little bit longer.
I think Bobby's worked so hard in the past decade or so, he's deserved it.
You've heard about how they're trying to bring Lesnar back, and they're going to have that Lesnar and Lashley match, haven't you?
Lashley wants it. When
he
resigned,
said he wants that before he retires.
When Bobby signed a few years ago, I was like, yep, we're getting Bobby and Lesnar. I want that. I think a lot of people do want that.
I think that's what they're trying to build from here.
I just hope it's not another Lesnar Goldberg.
Well, Lashley can actually work a match that's beyond 2 minutes.
Lesnar Cain Velasquez. Gosh.
I mean, it was a good MMA style match. Probably.
This isn't MMA. This is pro wrestling. Go to the octagon for that.
Probably not a match for the E, but
yeah, go there.
Miss you, Owen.
So we got 3 of the matches. We got one more left. The brand new WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day, versus AJ Styles and Omos. Now,
how is that guy getting a WrestleMania match?
I don't know. He hasn't had a match yet. And let me tell you this. I feel like they should have kept the titles on Cedric and Shelton. And when I saw they were defending them against New Day, I'm like, yep, New Day is getting another title run. This is the point where New Day has had too many title runs. They've run their course. They've way past it. With Big E not there.
I disagree. And X gets the square.
Huh? What?
There's nothing wrong with the New Day taking every title. You know, it's like people used to tell Gene Simmons that Kiss had sold out. You know what he said? Yeah, every arena, every night.
I'm going to tell you this, too. I was not a big fan. This is going to make him... I was not a big fan of Kofi winning the WWE title. I've never liked Kofi. Never cared for him. And when he won the world title at WrestleMania...
I've always enjoyed Kofi. From destroying Randy Orton's car on...
I never liked Kofi, and him just winning the WWE title was like... To me, I know to a lot of people, that was a great WrestleMania moment. To me, I was like... Could care less.
So you'd rather see Lesnar hold the champion hostage for 2
Lesnar,
years plus?
You say that.
And
You
not
say
do
that.
absolutely anything with
You
that
say
title.
that, but watch when Lesnar's on there. Lesnar draws, okay? Lesnar draws.
Kofi drew for a time. There was a point in time when Kofi drew.
Not to Lesnar's standards.
Well, he did the best he could, and I think he well deserved his championship run. But guys, we could talk about Kofi literally all night long. Well, I can because I'm a big Kofi Kingston fan.
Oh, don't worry. We'll finish this.
Yeah, we'll finish this conversation a little bit. We're going to take another quick break, and we're going to be right back with some more exciting content coming down your way.
Getting heated here.
It's getting hot in this place, bro.
Yeah.
You take off all your clothes.
Yeah. Rip them off like Hulk Hogan style.
Like -1 style.
Who's hosting WrestleMania with Titus O'Neil.
Again?
Yeah, him and Titus O'Neil are hosting WrestleMania.
Wow.
Well, maybe he'll forget where he is and break out the N-word again.
Mr. N-word and the dad of the year.
Then we get to see Titus O'Neil just rip the ever-living crap out of him. Yeah, who do you think in a shoot would win, Titus O'Neil or Hulk Hogan?
Hogan's a bit past his prime, so I think Titus would mess him up.
Just throw him under the ring. I'm surprised they don't have a special under the ring match where you crawl under there and you find out that the Raw Underground set is underneath the ring.
Well, that's where Hornswoggle lives, and this little people court under there too.
Little people power.
Yeah.
Speaking of little people power, we were
That's
talking
where the
earlier
Boogeyman
about
lives too, man.
Yes.
John Laurinaitis coming back
Wasn't his motorized scooter?
and his
Love that man.
backwards views on female wrestling, where the ladies are all divas, you know, screaming and screeching over who should be the champion, instead of, you know, putting people in debilitating, hurtful holds that you're like, no, Asuka scares me.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright guys, welcome back to Pro Wrestling Roundup. Thank you so much for listening to us tonight. It has been a pleasure. We have some more stuff on the way, so...
If you were joining us for the break, me and Peter were arguing.
Yes, we were intensely arguing
very
about
heated
Kofi
debate.
Kingston.
We ran out of time though, sadly, so... You don't tell me. You were talking about how you're a big fan of Kofi Kingston.
I love
what I
Kofi.
see on the other side of the ring is your boy, your favorite wrestler of all time,
King
AJ
Corbin?
Styles.
Oh, I thought King Corbin.
Okay.
You're gonna put your boy AJ up against Kofi, and you're gonna.
It's just because he's got the same haircut as AJ. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well,
AJ
that's
looks a little better.
Well,
AJ can rock it.
he's got more product in his hair.
Like I said, never cared for Kofi. Xavier's fine. I want to see AJ. AJ, this is the only title AJ's never had. I want to see what Omos can do.
You think AJ is gonna win the title with somebody that hasn't gotten any exposure, bro?
WrestleMania 29, Fandango beat Chris Jericho in his first ever match at WrestleMania.
Omos is not Fandango.
No, it's not. But you get what I'm saying, okay?
I just
you
think
got
that's
this
a
big
very
Shaq
unlikely
looking. You know
feeling.
what? He's huge, and that's all he is. We haven't seen him. We haven't seen if he has any kind of actual ring skill.
Well, you saw him beat the crap out of everybody at the Royal Rumble. That's pretty much all you've seen him do, mostly.
That's not the same thing as wrestling a match, though.
Right. But I want to see AJ be that Grand Slam champion, go out.
Yeah, and I like to see him do that too. Maybe preferably with the
Then
tag team.
Who then would you rather see than Omos? No, give me somebody
else.
Give me a name right now. Who would you rather see?
Dolph Ziggler.
No.
AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler.
No, Dolph Ziggler can rot on the pre-show for all I care. That's a guy I dislike more than Kofi is Dolph. If you excuse me, we're having a conversation. Give me a name right now.
Man, I can't just give you a name.
No, give me a name right now.
That would be unprofessional.
Who do you want? Who would you rather?
Santino Morella.
I'm not talking. Who would you rather have him face instead of Omos? If you were Vince McMahon booking this, who would you want AJ to team up with?
I don't know. Somebody new from NXT.
You don't know somebody from NXT.
Give him Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle. Riddle's the United States champion.
No,
let him be double champion.
You know who they need?
Who?
They need somebody who's got experience being a tag team champion. They need that little kid that wrestled with Braun Strowman a couple years ago.
Nicholas. Oh, great. Now he's going to be 2-time tag team champion.
No. Better him than Omos. At least we know Nicholas can win a match.
See, I was trying to be nice and actually name a performer that can probably wrestle in the ring for more than 15 seconds, but that's I'm going to let you guys discuss that. I'm going to let you guys butt heads.
Is Omos going to be the new Nathan Jones?
I don't know. He might be. Well, I'm done arguing with you on that. You see,
okay,
you got no basis on that argument. We know we got these 4 matches. We know there's going to be more. Most likely Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman. How do y'all feel?
Most likely what now?
Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman.
Since they took him off of Fastlane because Shane wants to save his exposure for the big show.
And you saw they had that little thing where Shane dumped that little slime or whatever it was on.
So stupid.
I'm like, what is this? Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards?
Strowman deserves
cheap
better.
To buy anything else, so they had to go with slime.
Strowman. I was happy when they gave Strowman the Universal Championship because you remember a few years ago, Strowman was red hot. I had him beating everybody. I had him win the Royal Rumble.
Had him teaming up with Alexa Bliss.
Right, and he never got to the top, and he finally got there. It was by accident because the Roman couldn't make it.
Yeah. And so they've got this guy Strowman who turns over ambulances,
right,
and does things like that, but they treat him like a joke.
But he's getting poured slime on his face by Shane McMahon. The boss's son.
It's the same color slime as the
like I said,
Spirit Squad.
Like you'd see on the Nickelodeon where they pour all the slime on everybody. And look, no, see, 10, 15 years ago, Shane McMahon had some good matches. His match with Kurt Angle, I'd say that's in my top 10 matches because I really like that, mostly because Kurt Angle.
And you don't just pour slime on somebody by accident. It's not like it's something that was just sitting around ringside.
Right. Shane McMahon's done a bunch, but past few years he's had matches against AJ. He's had him against the Undertaker. He's took a back seat a few years, but he's not what he was 15, 20 almost years ago. He ages like everybody else, and Shane's took a bunch of crazy bumps throughout his.
Yeah, he sure did. I'm surprised he's still able to walk to this day.
Right.
Big props to him. And his dad.
He's no Mick Foley.
No.
No, he'll never be like Mick Foley. But that's going to happen.
Yeah, you mean retired so we don't have to see him anymore?
Let's hope. No, he going to be the one that take everything over when Vince... Because that's what's going to take. Vince to go...
You think so?
Vince is not giving that up unless he dies. I guarantee that.
Okay.
I can tell you that. But yeah, we know that's probably going to be there. Are they doing an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year?
Not that there's been any mention of.
They didn't do one last year, and I was sad because I I love battle royals. You know I like battle royals. You know I like battle royals.
You like reverse battle royals?
We're not talking about that one. We'll talk about that one for another time. But I was kind of sad because I actually look forward to the battle royals. I do. There's just something about just people throwing people out of the ring onto the floor that excites me. And, we didn't get the men's or the women's.
You like watching people get tossed off, yeah?
Shut up. But, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it. Not do it 2 years in a row. Because, obviously, they couldn't last year. But I want to see it. I want to see the Andrade the Giant Battle Royal. And I want to see the Women's Battle Royal. Mostly because that helps people get on the card that won't make it anyway. So, speaking of getting on the card, we were talking earlier about Miss Charlotte Flair. She's going to miss Mania.
She's already been pulled off the card for Fastlane.
They took her off the
so that she can remake The Rock's remake of Walking Tall.
Yeah, she's off the poster for Mania. I know you. I've heard your opinions on Charlotte Flair.
Tall?
I've heard your opinions on Charlotte Flair. What do you think about her possibly missing Wrestlemania? What do you think?
I think that would be a big buzzkill for Wrestlemania. You know, so? I like Charlotte Flair.
You think it'd be a big bust?
A big.
I got that.
We're not gonna discuss that.
Kids, if you didn't get that, just ask your mother. I'll tell you.
We're not gonna discuss that either.
But yes, what do you think?
You know, I like Charlotte Flair, and I think that would be unfortunate that she's gonna have to miss Mania for a movie spot,
right? Because she was gonna go
for a streaming movie. It's not even a movie that they're releasing,
right? Because she was gonna go against Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans, of course, pregnant, actually pregnant.
Thank you, Rick.
That had to get pulled. So what does that do with Charlotte? Because you had that with Rick, Lacey, and Charlotte. Now Rick's gone. Lacey's gone. What does that leave Charlotte? Asuka. Asuka's got nothing to do either. She's the women's champion. She don't have nuts.
She's not even on the card for Mania yet.
She's not. I mean,
You thought you'd see her kicking Shayna Baszler in the face some more.
No, yeah. When Shayna Baszler, I saw that. Shayna Baszler kicking her in the face, knocking her teeth out, giving her a concussion. I'm like,
Asuka got her back on.
Why even have the title on Asuka if you're not doing anything? I mean, she's been the champion for... What, since Money in the Bank? Has she lost it since Money in the Bank?
I don't think so.
Because she won the Money in the Bank, and then the next night Becky got pregnant, and then gave it to Asuka. I think she's been champion since then.
No, she lost the belt last year. Remember when they had Bayley
Sasha
and Sasha?
Bayley,
both had the titles along with the
she lost
the
it
tag
to
team
them,
titles.
and then she got it back. Okay, I remember.
That's right.
But then she's basically done nothing. They thrown her with Charlotte Flair as part of the tag team facing Shayna and Nia. Why? I mean, Asuka, a few years ago, she won the Royal Rumble, okay? She's one of the hottest things ever. She is
one of the hottest things ever.
It's obviously they've got nothing
big star in
going for
NXT,
right now.
Undefeated for 500, 600 days in NXT. Now she's not getting hardly booked on the card to do nothing. Mania.
So is that what you want to see? You want to see another rematch between Charlotte and Asuka?
No, I'm not saying
going to be on the card.
I'm not saying that. Now they did put on a good match, okay, but I mean that just gives. If Charlotte Flair's not making WrestleMania, that's why I saw is Charlotte versus Asuka, because Charlotte came out and said she wanted the women's title to become a 12-time women's champion.
I lost track already.
I think
she's trying to do your dad's record before Cena does.
Orton's gonna come up and sneak it away from all of them. But that takes Charlotte off the card.
He's the apex predator.
I feel like Asuka is kind of lost now if Charlotte's gone. Because who can challenge Asuka?
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but she's facing Randy Orton this Sunday at Fastlane.
Long enough to introduce the recurring.
Yeah, and then Fiend. I think that match is gonna go unclean. Fiend's gonna come back, set up Randy and the Fiend at Mania. I don't know. You could
Fiendamania. I'd watch that.
You could throw Alexa in there with Asuka, but I don't. That wouldn't make much sense. She's had that with Orton, but to be fair, she did fight Asuka a few weeks before all that. So maybe. I mean,
that'll give her at least something to do at WrestleMania.
You can't put Nia or Shayna in there because they're the women's tag team champions. I mean, are they even going to have a match?
Not yet. Not on the book. Now, I got to be honest. If Vince would open his doors up and allow for that talent swap, Asuka versus Abaddon at WrestleMania would.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And we still got other matches too. Riddle, United States Champion, not on the card. They've been teasing Big E versus Apollo for the Intercontinental title. That hasn't been announced. Do
you think they made Apollo a Nigerian prince just to cross over with Eddie Murphy coming back to America?
I hope that's the reason. I hope that is. We're going to see him at WrestleMania, Eddie Murphy, doing that. I want that to happen.
I mean, the timing is just too
right. And like we said earlier, most likely it's Damian Priest, Bad Bunny versus Miz and Morrison. We saw
just not a WrestleMania quality match.
But then again, Snooki from the Jersey Shore has a win at WrestleMania, so you can't act like celebrities haven't been in WrestleMania since WrestleMania 1 when Mr. T showed up.
Oh, absolutely.
Mr. T, Mike Tyson.
Mr. T is not any Bad Bunny, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know. You can't act like celebrities are something new.
Fool that thinks so. They didn't have Liberace in there trying to do wrestling moves.
I know. It's not like it's nothing new. Celebrities have always been a thing. They will always be a part of WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
So, they're going to evolve one way or another, whether it be a match or there be a music guest like, Kid Rock or Flo Rida, Snoop Dogg, whoever makes the match, or even like a backstage appearance.
Lemmy, Motorhead.
They're gonna show up somehow. What do you think, we know before Bad Bunny showed up, Peter was the only one that knew Bad Bunny offhand. I texted him.
Yeah, because I'm actually tuned in to today's music
when they announced Bad Bunny at the Royal Rumble, I texted Peter, asked him who Bad Bunny was, and he responded like that. Told me who it was. So.
And I'm ashamed you guys didn't know who Bad Bunny was. I thought he was one of the. You even claimed he was the biggest streaming artist on Spotify.
According to Michael Cole, he is. But what do you think about him possibly making a WrestleMania debut with Priest against Miz and Morrison?
Hey, I can see that happening. I don't see why not.
I've heard match.
Bad Bunny is facing Man. Bad Bunny's gonna get the pin too. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I've heard a lot of news backstage about how they have been really appreciative of Bad Bunny's performance so far as of late in WWE. So obviously,
and I think
they like doing business with Bad Bunny.
And I think that's only going to help Damian Priest a bit. Help with him helping out with Bad Bunny. I feel like
that'll get him some more exposure too.
Right. Because if you didn't watch NXT, you really didn't know who Damian Priest was.
No, but you might know who Bad Bunny is, though.
Yeah, because I know you didn't know who Damian Priest was.
No, but I knew who Bad Bunny was.
Yeah.
I don't watch NXT like you do.
Well, then you don't get to watch Tommaso Ciampa against Karrion Kross.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'll go catch the replay.
That's going to be
see
a
the highlights.
Match.
Karrion Kross, I don't care. He needs to take the title off Balor. Somebody needs to take the title off Balor.
What is this?
Balor or somebody else?
Balor hate?
We're talking about Kofi. Balor or somebody I dislike more than
Kofi?
Kofi.
Thank goodness.
I just like Finn Balor. I do not like him at all. Get Karrion Kross. Get Pete Dunne. Get Ciampa. Get Gargano. Get somebody to take that title off of him. And then future endeavor him. I know that's not going to happen. Okay, I know it will not happen, but I would love to see that happen. I'd love to see him go back to the bingo halls of Ireland or whatever.
Prince Devitt to aid.
They would never let him go. Okay, they won't. But I'm saying if they did, I wouldn't want to see him up in AEW.
They just hire him to sing Jungle Boy's theme song.
Yeah, he'll be jobbing to Marco Stone on Dark.
So what you're saying is you want Finn Balor to lose that championship and then have him move up to the main roster again.
No, I want Finn Balor to lose the title and then get released from the company.
And then join AEW.
No, I want
know
him.
That's your plan all along.
No,
you want to see your boy Finn Balor in AEW.
I want him to wrestle in like those.
No, I want to see my boy Tommy End in AEW.
I'd like to see that happen too.
Could happen. With talks of Selena Vega coming, real life husband, Aleister Black, Andrade, manager, they could see all of them there. Again, those would be good pickups to have.
See a real program between Andrade and Aleister Black.
Right, because, what they did at NXT, man, that was good.
I mean, they had some good matches on the main roster.
They did. Andrade, Andrade, what he does is good. Andrade's a good wrestler. Like we said, though, it's the English that hinders him.
I think the English, I know we don't have that much time on today's card, but I think because of his limited English, that just makes him a better heel than he is.
You look like the match.
I just want to say that.
You look at the matches he had against Gargano, Drew, Black, all those names. He's put on some great matches. And, like, if he's really gone, or if he's really on his way out, I mean, because he confirmed that the rumors were true, he asked for his release.
Oh, yeah, he's just going to sit home. They're not giving him a release.
Right. And that's so sad, because he could have been, like, their new big Mexican star.
What if he's got, like, 3 years left on his contract and
he's going to pull Adrian Neville and sit at home.
Yeah, but for 3 years, by the time he won't be relevant anymore.
Right.
You know, the Big E is, and I don't mean Big E.
Biggie Langston.
I mean, the WWE is willing to waste this young talent like they've wasted so many before him.
And I tell you, like, you know, Rey Mysterio, we'll talk about Rey Mysterio. He's on his way out. Rey Mysterio does not have too much longer, I don't think, in him.
No, I don't think he does.
Dominic's okay, but he's still young. Dominic's starting out. Andrade could be that star for those for the Mexican audience that they so desperately want. So that's my take on it.
I am 100% behind Andrade getting any kind of push. Whether WWE finds a way to star him in something that, you know, makes him want to come back, makes him want to stay.
Right, because if him dating Charlotte Flair ain't going to save it, nothing's saving him.
Well, guys, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you this episode. I know you guys, you really want to keep on going at it, but fortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode of Pro Wrestling Roundup. We'll be back next week with some more hot action coming down your way. As always, you can catch...
What kind of hot action is that? Is it
it's very hot action. As always, you can catch a replay of the show right here on YouTube at The Peter J Show. So